The rise and fall of the American dream. Flapper dresses, sweaty skin, the reek of sinister optimism. Silk suits, a little ill-fitting, a man with a briefcase full of crack cocaine, alcohol's on the table, glasses glittering, dice rolling, foreign imports, he says. Kid, you gotta be rich. The door slammed, it's dead, the window shut, it's dead, the denied stamp came down on sheets of paper, thud, thud, thud. Sorry, your payments are late. Sorry, we'll have to take you home, sorry. That's just the way it is. Sorry, there's nothing we can do for your family now. Of course not. The wind picks up in the Dust Bowl, echoing with the sound of withering lives, withering jobs, withering vines. Grapes dying dry before being cut down for kindling thrown out west, with a little sprinkling of the bank's best wishes. Good luck. There's a drought in California. There's a drought in California. Some there are gays in California. Well then, they must be thirsty. Short, curt, and clipped was the response. The son puts on his cap and exits and whispers, people like me. A draft of wind carries through the open window past the American continent. It takes in fresh blood from the west, shifts it across the ocean and rains bullets, drops troops and parachutes and drops death itself, and wins. Victorious, they march under the gates. We're going home, carrying the bodies of the fallen, we're going home. I am an American hero, I make my country proud. They marched. She marched on the front lines of equality. Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. Arabic business, yes sirree. Where do you work, ma'am? I work for the American Steel Company. Are you union? Why, of course. What'll be your next purchase? A color television, of course. And for the first time, the world saw lies in Technicolor. The world is very different now, but it's really all the same. Mad men with mad money. He puts his feet on the desk, lights a cigar. For man holds in his mortal hands the power to abolish all forms of human poverty, all forms of human life. Now this is the American dream. He blows smoke and offers a drink to alcoholism. It's dead. It's dead. Crushed under the heel, it's dead. He's dead. Lying on the street in a pool of his blood, the smoke of a gun in the distance. He dreams of a college education, a mild fixation on the improbable reconciliation. That one day justice could roll down the hills like water, that one day he could go home to his mother who worked 3 jobs to pay rent, spent 2 years fighting depression, after the one son never came home, the day of graduation. Wrong place, wrong time, wrong race. Graduation blue turns into NYPD blue and an outline in chalk on a street. Mom, I made it. One day he could have said, but in just one day America made it so he would never have said, Mom. She's a mom. The product of 9 parts trauma, 1 part penetration, all parts broken and every part abandoned in a bottle of pills. Antidepressants, mood stabilizers, and narcotic stimulants in her veins. I trusted him, she says to herself. I trusted him, she says to the court. In front of the eyes of the shaming world. Gone. With a rope around her neck, an empty bottle of too much pain held up by the force of their disgust. At least she didn't feel it. Oh, but she felt it. She felt it every day. It's unfortunate what happens to young people in this country. It's unfortunate what happens to people in this country. It's unfortunate what happens in this country. To hopes, to dreams, to aspirations. A nation divided cannot stand. A nation divided cannot stand. Why does a nation divided continue to stand? For this. Here on this street, there are people. Here on these streets, there are poor. What can they do when their mistakes turn into death sentences, when their decisions turn them towards the floor, or they're capped at minimum wage, at an empty page of a bank statement, or with bullet holes? They don't know what it's like to live in America. They only know the sight of the flag. You don't really see the dream until it flashes before you like a bullet, until you feel it welling inside of you and spilling over. Like blood on a street, like words that tell you you're a freak. It is anger. It is rage. It is audacity. So don't you dare blow smoke, you madmen, you who sit at your desks. It is anger. It is rage. It is audacity. It is how we know we are alive. We are alive. We are alive. We march. We stand. We make our nation proud. It's alive, and it reeks with the stench of optimism.